The transport sector is between two development curves. The first development curve is about efficiency gain, how to burn less. The second development curve is about true decarbonization, how to burn clean. First though, what can we do to reduce the carbon footprint and thus burn less? Burn less means that fewer resources are used for the same results. Although much has already been done on this curve for technological efficiency gains, there are additional levers to improve supply chain emissions. Some transport modes are more energy intense than others. Even the most efficient aircraft will require 15 times the amount of fuel to move 1 ton of cargo when compared to a truck, and even as much as 150 times that of a container vessel. Compared to a train, it depends a lot on the type. Is it a diesel or an electric train? Powered by fossil electricity or green electricity? Let's take the example of an air freight shipment from Shanghai to Paris, using a direct flight with an average long-distance passenger plane. One alternative option would be a modal shift. This means shifting to a less intense transport mode. For example, we use ocean freight FCL to Le Havre and then truck the cargo from the port to Paris. This reduces the carbon footprint of this shipment by 98%. Because ocean freight is the most carbon-efficient mode of transport, the inland logistics plays an important part in the door-to-door carbon footprint. We can also do a modal shift. That means choosing a less carbon-intense transport mode than road for the inland transport. In our case, by rail from Munich to Rotterdam instead of trucking. This would bring a reduction of 34%. Or routing optimization. This means we select a closer port to provide the shortest inland transportation. For example, trucking from Munich to the port of Koper instead of the port of Rotterdam, because it's around 300 kilometers shorter distance. This saves 24% CO2. In addition, consolidations can also help. For this we choose LCL, less than container load, for FCL containers that are not fully utilized. In our example, the shipment weighs 5 tons. So, shipping these 5 tons as LCL will reduce the carbon footprint by 43%. If the container is not full, try LCL, because, well, sharing is caring. In summary, what is important to burn less? The rule of thumb is that the more distance traveled by a greener mode of transport, the smaller the overall carbon footprint of a shipment. Nevertheless, it is still important to analyze each transportation solution individually to find the right carbon reduction alternatives. This is how we provide our customers with optimal advice. Customers can start burning less by including the carbon footprint in their decision-making process when selecting a transportation solution. Next to cost and transit time, CO2 becomes the third decision element.